This was the 2016 electoral map between Donald Trump and Hillary Clinton. And in today's video, I'm going to be talking about my prediction for this election. So, I'm going to get a lot of comments saying that I'm lying about this, or that I didn't have a prediction for the 2016 election, and I was nowhere near as informed about the election as I am now, and I still have a long ways to go before I become a political expert. But I did have a basic idea of which way states are going to trend and vote for. And I watched the news a good amount, and I was able to make a decent prediction that turned out to be somewhat accurate. So I don't have proof other than a few screenshots and my old messy handwriting in my notebook. But yeah, this is my prediction for the 2016 election. So we're going to get right into it. And we're just going to go from Alaska to Maine. So as expected, I did think Donald Trump was going to win Alaska, and I can't promise margins because I don't think I did margins. Well, I know for a fact I didn't do margins because I looked at some of those old screenshots on my old computer and I saw I didn't do margins. And it was back on 270 to win. YPMS was not really a thing, but now we have YPMS, which is good. So I said Hawaii was going to go blue, California, Oregon, Washington. For whatever reason, I do remember thinking Oregon would be competitive. I don't know why. But I still like Clinton winning, I believe. I did predict her win in Nevada. So the polls there, remember, Donald Trump was actually supposed to win Nevada based on the polls there. But, I just had a feeling that Clinton was going to bring out the Latino vote, and she did. She ended up winning it by 2.4%, so I was right on Nevada, although it could have just been dumb luck. Wyoming, Idaho, Montana, Utah, for whatever reason, I thought was going to be really, really close. I literally remembered saying Utah could be the closest state in this election. That aged very poorly. But because I really thought Evan McMullen was going to get at least a third of the vote, maybe 40 to 45%. So, yeah, but that didn't pan out well. I remember saying Arizona was solid red because at the time, like Clinton, she still lost by 3.5, and she still overperformed expectations. Arizona was not really competitive. I said she was going to win in New Mexico for whatever reason. I did think. I mean, it's not crazy, but I said Colorado was a toss-up state, but it ended up going to Clinton by 5%, and it's Biden's winning it by like 12% right now. I don't remember everything that the second district of Nebraska was competitive. Kansas, Oklahoma, Texas, I all had as basically solid red. And when I say solid, like, it doesn't mean safe. Like, it's not like, okay, this is how much Trump's going to win Texas by. I just said it, like, I just am remembering my old thoughts and saying Texas is basically a lock for Trump. So, yeah, and a lot of these are just guesses because I only have, like, a few screenshots of my election maps. So, yeah, but I did call Nevada for Trump, or for Clinton, so, yeah. Wait, I wrote Biden-Harris. Wow, I'm just so used to 20. Clinton, Kane. There we go. So they get 98. So Louisiana, Arkansas. For whatever reason, I thought Arkansas, Tennessee, Kentucky, Missouri, and West Virginia were going to be very competitive. Like, not super competitive, but 5-point margins of victory for Trump, something like that. Because Bill Clinton won those states, but whatever. Indiana was probably safe or something like that, but I was right that they were going to go red. The Deep South, I saw Georgia as more of like a 7-8 point Trump state rather than a 3 or 4 point Trump state, and now it's a Biden state. South Carolina I didn't see as competitive. We'll get to Florida in a second. I did see Clinton winning Illinois as expected there. So yeah. I did expect Trump to win Iowa by a bigger margin than most people thought. I just, said he has better appeal for that region than Hillary Clinton, and based on the data we were seeing, it looked like Trump was going to win. I did say Minnesota was basically a lock for Clinton. I said it was I remember thinking Minnesota could be close just because of the demographics, but that turned out to be right. Wisconsin, I remember saying that Wisconsin was a pure toss-up. Now, the data had Clinton, the polls had Clinton ahead, and most people seemed to think Clinton was going to win it fairly easily. But I was, I am a political nerd, and I like to read through some old stuff. And I was looking, even in 2004, John Kerry, he only won Wisconsin by 1%. So, yeah, Michigan, I also said was going to be close, but I had Clinton winning. I did predict Trump's win in Ohio, which came as a surprise to a lot of people. People thought Clinton was going to win, but I just remembered saying, Trump has better appeal to this region. It's that simple. And He carried it by 8%, and he's going to carry it this time around too. And he basically has, as it's been called by every news network. Whoops, why am I playing with Arizona? I did get Trump winning Florida. That was a good, that I think it was one of my better calls of the night. Again, most of my family did actually tell me Trump was probably going to, and a lot of this was like it was influenced by my family, specifically my dad, who like introduced me to a lot of this data, and my mom. But a lot of this was taught to me by my dad. Florida, again, I did call for Trump. Kind of like Nevada, I said that Clinton was going to get the Latino vote out. I did say that about her in Florida, but remember the Latino vote in Florida is drastically different from the Latino vote in Nevada. So yeah. North Carolina, I did also, I believe I got that for Trump. Yeah, I think I did. But I didn't really consider that state to be like super hyper competitive. Like it's going to be decided by like 1.5% this year. I thought it was more of like a lean, likely Republican state. But Obama won in 2008, so I knew that it had somewhat of a swingy background. Virginia, I didn't really think it was going to be particularly close, mostly because Obama had won it. He was the incumbent president who had endorsed Clinton. And I was just like, okay, Tim Kaine's her running mate. She's probably going to win Virginia. So, yeah, there's that. I also predicted her wins just basically like all across the Northeast as expected. New York, I said was going to go to Clinton fairly easily. I didn't really think, I don't know why, but for whatever reason, I thought the New Hampshire was like not even competitive. So on election night, when like it took forever to call for Clinton, I was like, what's going on? And then Maine, I think I had that all going for Clinton because I didn't really know like the district system really existed, so I was kind of stupid. But again, a lot of this is stupid stuff. So Pennsylvania, I said was going to be the deciding factor, and that aged very, very well for me. And I called it for Trump. And I said this mostly because of Clinton's her comments about the coal miners, saying we're going to put a lot of coal miners out of business, and Trump took that out of context, so that in a lot of ads, and just the data there, it was like Clinton was barely ahead. She was ahead in polls by like 2%, and like from 2012, the data had like Obama was up in the polls by like 10% there. So whatever, something like that, probably not that much, but I said Trump was going to win Pennsylvania. My prediction did evolve. At one point, I was on in the summer, like the first time I did a prediction, it was like July or something. It was like right after the DNC, and I was just like, "Oh, Clinton's gonna win Ohio and North Carolina and Florida." But as election day rolled around, as the polls tightened, as it looked like this election was getting really close, I started to realize that Trump was gonna win. And yeah, now I was really on the fence about Florida, as I always am. Nevada was a tough one too. Like Nevada, Florida, Pennsylvania was pretty tough. Wisconsin and Ohio were also tough. For whatever reason, I don't recall Iowa as being that tough to call. But Clinton, she won. So, again, guys, thanks for watching the video. Like and subscribe if you haven't already. I'll see you all in tomorrow's video.